I grew up in a Christian household where we would go to church every Sunday. Church was kind of always one of those things that I knew was necessary in my walk with God, but I would kind of put it on the back burner and find any sort of excuse to do other things. For a lot of my life, I felt that my relationship was transactional with Jesus. In times of need or despair or in pain, crying out, praying to Jesus for help. If he helped me out through this situation, I would do X, Y, and Z. When things were great, I never fell to my knees the same way. Throughout my life, I've always been a person who loves control and to lead the way and take charge. When it comes to finances and giving to God and giving to the church, this is something I've always struggled with. My parents would always tithe, and they would always say, even if things are thin or it's tough, if you give back to God, it's all his at the end of the day, and that he will always provide for you. And so I developed this habit of kind of justifying my own actions rather than really checking the temperature of your heart. When I first went into Rooted, I didn't know what to expect. I kind of went there as another check the box thing where you grow up, you go to church on Sundays, check the box. You pray before you go to bed, check the box. And so I didn't really know, but I was going out of discipline. From the first week of it, it just felt like my eyes had been opened. And it just felt like he was calling to me that for all these years I'd been building my own Bible and really just leaving out that chapter about money and trying to keep that off to the side and loving every other part about God. And that just kind of, as I was reading the chapter that week, just kept pounding in my head. And so it felt like it was time to give as much as I could. It didn't have to be X amount, but if your heart posture is correct and you can give as little or as much as you can, I've felt a lot more at peace, a lot more understanding. When you choose to follow Jesus, it's hard to pick and choose. And so if you're going to surrender fully, and I've chosen to dedicate my life, my finances, my energy, all for Jesus.